Italian Football Podcast.
Well, talking about moving on, talking about the future, it is this week the beginning of the Euro 2023, the Under-21 European Championship, which is taking place in Romania and Georgia. And Italy have been drawn in Group D. They have France in their group, which is going to be incredibly difficult. They're a fantastic team, but they've got Norway and Switzerland also in their group. So Italy will be fancying their chances of getting through the groups. If they do that, they will then play a team from the group containing Romania, Spain, Ukraine, and Croatia. And then in the semi-finals, they will probably meet France again. So they're a little bit unlucky that they will have to play France twice. I'll read out the squad and then we can discuss what we think ahead of going into this tournament. So the goalkeepers are Caprile from Bari, Canesecchi, Cremonese, Turati from Frosinone. Defenders, Bellanova, Inter, Cambiasso, Juventus on loan at Bologna, Cittadini from Modena, Lovato from Salernitana, Occoli from Atalanta, Parisi from Empoli, Pirola from Salernitana, Scalvini from Atalanta, Udogie, Udinese, Bove, Roma, Salvatore Esposito from Spezia, Miretti, Juve, Ricci, Torino, Rovella, Monza, Tonali, Milan, and in the forwards, Cambiaghi, Empoli, Cancellieri from Lazio, Colombo, Milan on loan at Lecce this past season, Gnonto, Leeds, and Pellegrini, Torino. So what's your overall view of that squad?
I love that squad. I really, really like it. I really like Canesecchi for me is the number one. Turati's had a great season, and so has Caprile as well. So great goalkeepers. The defense I really like, especially Paris. For me, this is genuinely difficult. Do you play with a back three, which I think I would do, or do you play with a back four, which would also work? Because you're really spoilt for riches. I think Cambiasso is great. He's had a great season. Parisi for sure. Scalvini, Udogie, we know how good they are. Occoli, I'm a big fan of. Lovato, Bella. No, I love this team.
Defense is stacked. How the hell you have to leave out one of Parisi and Udogie? It just feels wrong. One of those,
really wrong.
One of those is not going to start. It
and then you have
I was going to say, to answer your question, it seems like they're going to play a 3-5-2.
Well, they should, because
that's what the coach. Whose name is now
what's his name?
Has now escaped me. Nicolato, yeah.
Sorry.
So Paolo Nicolato. So that's what he's intimated at, that it's going to be a 3-5-2.
Yeah, and that's fantastic because I get the midfield three that I want. Because then you can play Bellanova or Cambiasso on the right. You can play Occoli, Scalvini, or Lovato in the middle, and then either Parisi or Udogie on the wing back. And then in midfield, okay, Ricci, Rovella, Tonali has to start, and he will. I think, then you can choose one from Bove, Esposito, Miretti, Ricci, Rovella next to him.
It'll be one of Rovella or Esposito that will start, because they'll be the deep lying player.
What about, I think Ricci might actually, yeah. I would have liked...
Well, Ricci can play as a Mezzala too, don't they?
Yeah, but I like to see him as it. But we'll see. And then Miretti's done really well, and Bove is a player I'm really excited about. So the midfield trio is
there's lots of quality. That midfield is going to be up there with the best midfields in the tournament, no doubt about it. Maybe the best. And
then up front, 3-5-2. For me, it's Colombo, Gnonto. Like, that's what I would start. Lorenzo Colombo will start, and then I'd start Gnonto next to him. But 3-5-2. I mean, Colombo. I think this is going to be finally the tournament that opens people's eyes to Colombo. I really rate this player, and I think he's shown such maturity and calm and cool. He's got a good head on his shoulders as well, and I think this is going to be the tournament where he wants to prove himself.
Yeah, I think Italy have a strong squad. I think they're definitely contenders. They've got an excellent goalkeeper at this level, Canesecchi. They've got lots of quality and depth in defence, certainly in the wide areas and in the wing back areas. And the midfield, as we've said, lots of quality at this level. I think probably the best midfield in the tournament. And the issue for me is goals in attack. I'm not saying there's not quality in attack. I mean, Gnonto, we know, is a fantastic talent. I'm not saying, Cambiaghi's had a really strong end to the season with Empoli, albeit in a different system. Cancellieri hasn't played much. Pellegrini, I mean, he's been injured for years. Colombo, I'm a fan of him, but he's had a bad 2023 in the calendar year. So my question is there enough goals in this team?
I think
in
goals
the attack,
will come.
That's the issue.
No, I think the goals will come. I think the goals will come from the midfield and Colombo. I see. I'm not worried about that at all. I think Tonali is going to be someone they count on a lot on set pieces and to shoot, because he's got a good shot on him actually. But no, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I think there is goals in this team. I think Colombo's going to be incredibly important because he's a big lad. He's strong in the air and he's got a good head on his shoulder. Now, this is his tournament to shine. I've how much I've been a fan of his. But I think this is his tournament. This is his time to shine. And I think someone like Bove from midfield making runs in deep is also someone who's going to have a great tournament. At least that's what I hope.
Yeah, it's hard to know who they pick.
But this is my problem. I'm tired of the Italy under-21 having dream team after dream team year after year and having a manager that's just not good enough.
Well, that brings me on. That was my other question. I've got two question marks about this squad. One is, do we have enough goals in the attack? And number two is the coach. I have to be honest. He's a. This
is like Di Biagio. Like I'm hoping it's not, because I really think this is a quality side, but I have big questions over the under-21 selection coaching staff. And I have it, and it's not just now, it's been continuous for years now. And I hope I'm wrong. I really do, because I think Di Biagio is one of the worst coaches I have ever seen at any level. But I hope that Nicolato is not that, and that he can actually show maturity and tactical maturity that we're because we're not very, he's not very well known, but we'll see.
No, absolutely. I mean, Nicolato is a question mark. I'm unlike you. I'm not 100% sure on the 3-5-2, but I do recognise it is the most suitable for the players that we've got. We don't have maybe enough quality in attack to justify playing three up front, in my opinion. So for that reason, I think playing two maybe is the way to go. But yeah, I'm not sure on Nicolato. I'm not. He's appears to me to be a little bit dated in some of his football. But we'll see. We hope the players can do it. I mean, this is a tournament that Italy absolutely dominated when I was a kid growing up. They won. Yeah. I remember in the 90s they won three of these Euros, and then they won two in the early 2000s. Between 1992 and 2004, they won 5 of 7 tournaments, which is insane, absolutely insane. But since winning in 2004, in Euro 2004, they've played in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Euros, and they've not been knocked out in the group stage 4 of those 9 times. They didn't qualify for another of those. That's 5. Where they haven't got past the group stage. And then they've got to a quarter-final, 2 semi-finals, and then 1 runners-up, which was 10 years ago.
I mean, I'm reading an interview with Nicolato now that I thought was really interesting. I mean, he says, there's a big debate on tactical systems, but I maintain it's not a system that makes you win or lose games. Anyone who thinks like that is 30 years out of date. I don't believe there is a defensive and an attacking tactical system. It's just shapes that are more or less suited to the players. In 10 qualifying games for the Euros, we played 7 with a 4-3-3 formation, 1 with a 4-2-3-1, 2 with a 3-5-2, and in the friendlies, we went with a 3-5-2. A coach must be able to use many different systems, then consider the players at his disposal and the strategy. Football has evolved. It's more about putting players in a position that will allow them to express their talent. We started playing 3-5-2 at the under-21 squad because we didn't have any wingers available, and all our defenders at club level play with 3 at the back. It wasn't my own individual choice. I've been coaching for 35 years, and 30 of those have been with 4 at the back. But if needed, I can and must adapt.
Yeah,
I like that
well,
attitude.
it's easy. Yeah, but I mean, I agree with the words, but it's easy to say words, and then then you have to just watch how he plays, watch how his teams play.
And about Gnonto, I really like it. He says, "Look, I see Gnonto as more of a striker, including a centre forward. He's played as a winger at club level and for Italy, but it doesn't seem like a classic winger to me. If anything, part of two up front or a centre forward in a 4-3-3, because he attacks the space and has that sprint in the final third.
Yeah.
That to me
Well,
tells me it's going to be Colombo Gnonto, and I'm really happy about that.
well, yeah, that was the interview that I read where he basically admitted he's going to play a 3-5-2. And I think that's for certain because he's only picked 5 forwards, I believe. So you don't pick 5 forwards if you're going to play 3 up front.
And I agree with him on Gnonto not being a winger and being more of a striker. I actually agree with him on that. That's how
I think he has the attributes to play both.
That's
I think
fair.
he has the attributes. I think he has the attributes to play both because he did play for before he moved to Leeds for who was it he played for? Was it Stone Grass?
Zurich.
Zurich. Yeah. Sorry. When he played for Zurich, he played in a front 2. He played in a front 2 for Zurich. I don't know where he played for in the inter-youth system, but for Zurich, he played in a front 2, and then for Leeds, he's played as a winger for Leeds, and looked fantastic once he made the breakthrough there. So I mean, I think he has the attributes to play in both roles, which is good, which is what you want. That's what we want from modern players. The only thing I would say is there's one team I do fear in this tournament, and in terms of quality of their play. And their form hasn't been that great, and that's France. France have an incredible quality in their squad.
France have all in the recent years. Them and Germany, they produce some incredible talent at the youth level.
Oh, well, you look through their squad. I mean, Thuram, who is the best Thuram of the best of the Thuram brothers.
Really, you're not a fan of Marcus?
Well, I'm a fan of him, but I think Kepren Thuram definitely has the highest ceiling of the lot. I mean, did you see him in this season? I mean, wow, this guy he's everywhere. I mean, Kone I think is great. Olise's done really well at Crystal Palace. This Wahi has been linked to a lot of big European clubs, including Juventus. Kalimundo, Cherki, Gueri. Mancini was trying to steal Cherki for the Italy national team. And so, I mean, they've got so much quality. So I do feel like France are the biggest contenders. So it will be a good gorge to see how they get on, because that's who Italy start their tournament on Thursday against France.
Yeah, and speaking of Italian coaches, Antonio Di Salvo at Germany in this tournament as well. Going to be interesting to see how he does.
That is right. Yeah.